So if I didn't have enough to do with the boat, I now have to put a new battery in the car. 72 quid's worth of battery. So that's the battery changed and a lot of money spent before I've even done anything on the boat today. So there she is. After 7 or 8 months of neglect by yours truly, I am now back to try and catch up. Right, I'll start again. I have just been talking for about a good 20 minutes. I know what I was saying was mostly rubbish, but the camera decided it had had enough and switched itself off. So I'll run through this, I'll try and be a bit quicker. Okay, camera, just going to stay on for me? Thank you. Right, so I was just going through, it's just back to my last episode, what I've been doing since then. It's been quite a while, and obviously I think most people have experienced lockdown at some point, so that's been me, locked down, hiding from the virus. I have managed to keep myself busy. I've managed to get a little cleaning job, 6 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock, working at the local distillery. Dream job. And that kept me out of trouble. And then I had another job where I was working from home for a great company called Ventrica, and I was a call handler. Really good company, really look after you. Training is superb. The support, absolutely fantastic. But even more important, the team with whom I was working were such a lovely, diverse team of people, and they really are the nicest people that I have never met, if that makes sense. Never met any of these people in person. But yeah, they all know who they are, and you guys, you kept me sane, sort of. But yeah, fantastic. So you'll have gathered by what I'm saying there now that I am not doing those jobs. I've packed them in because I've decided that time is running out and I need to get on with this boat. Now down working on the boat pretty much full time, so I'm hoping to get quite a lot done. So you can probably hear in the background I have my diesel heater going, providing a little bit of warm air. It was a cheap diesel heater, and I think it's showing signs that it's on its way out. But just cross fingers and it keeps going for me while the weather's quite cold still. I have started to write down lists. I hate lists normally, but I have started to do two things. One is I have a list that I prepare each day of what I'm going to do the next day. So this is my list for today. At which point my camera decided to switch itself off again. Naughty camera. Right, we'll try again. Well, not try again, I'll try and continue. So I was talking about, I have a list. This is what I prepared last night. So this is my list of things that I want to do today. So this starts off with the area where I've removed what I think was a vent for possibly a gas water heater or something like that. Great big thick piece of metal which took quite a bit of grinding off, so that's left some areas of bare steel on the outside of the boat. I did treat them at the time, but they need a second treatment of rust preventer and then a top coat of a special primer that I've got. The other job that I was thinking of doing today also was removing the canopy, and that's a wooden structure which is just it wouldn't. I'm surprised it's still there, to be honest, but it's covered with some blue plastic that I put over the top, and it's now time for that to come down. So that's that one, and I also want to clean up the cockpit. There are some areas where I need to carry out some rust removal and rust treatment. Once I've done the work to where the gas vent was, I'm then going to move my scaffolding to the stern of the boat because I want to sand down the stern area in preparation for painting, because one of the tasks that I've got coming up is fitting the self-steering system, and then another task I've got is to look at where the diesel tank is going to go and where I'm going to put the supports for it to sit on. I also, apart from my daily list, I have a little pack of index cards which are held together by a ring. The ring is, you can open the ring so that you can change the order in which the cards are held. But I use this, I write down on each card a specific thing that I'm going to do. The very first one, lo and behold, is replace rudder. So then on that card I write all the things that I have to do which are associated with replacing the rudder. When I say replace, it's refitting, really, refitting the rudder. And that will be my next full episode. But then I have lots of other tasks for each card. And on the other side of the card, starting from the back, I use that to make notes for things that I need to do, either to take home with me to complete at home, or things to bring from home down to the boat that I need for doing tasks here. So that's my little pack. Get myself all nice and organised because I am not a very organised person. Down one ladder. Up another. Down a ladder and up another. Right, so here we are, this is next day. I have my to-do list, which I I filled out last night. I'm a bit mucky today, but there you go. There are two things I didn't get done yesterday, so they've been added to the list. There was the diesel tank supports I was going to look at, and the stern of the boat I need to sand down and treat. Some rust spots there. Today, in addition to that, I'm going to make a temporary step to make it easier to get in and out of the boat. Just to show you, I took the steps away because they basically collapsed on me. So to get in and out, I step on that box, and I've got a little foothold there, and then I have another little foothold here, and then I can get out of the boat. It's not the easiest thing to do, but that's something I hope to correct tomorrow. Hey, the sun has come out, and I have finished my temporary step. Now, I know it's not a work of art, but it works. I'm not a small fella, and it takes my weight quite happily, with a few creaks and groans. So it makes a real difference to be able to go in and out of the boat quite easily. So I've taken the wheel off just now. Canopy still on, but I'm just giving this rust a good old sand before I give it some treatment. In places it's quite badly pitted, but I don't think I'm going to bother trying to fill it to make it all perfectly smooth. This boat is never going to look like a brand new boat, so why try to hide that, you know? So it's just a case of getting the old sander on the go. So I have given it another scrape, and I'm just going to go over the surface now with this a rust converter. Whoops. So there we go. That's the area treated with Rustin's rust converter, as this is what I've been using. It's not a product placement or anything, I'm just telling you what I've used. So when this is dry, I will go over this with a coat of the other rust treatment that I've got. The yellow bit that you can see is just like rust staining, so I'm going to just overcoat that with the rust treatment. And this is the starboard side of the cockpit that I did yesterday. So that's been all rust treated, just awaiting a top coat. So I just wanted to show, this is the trail area of the bilge that I was talking about. So this is the bit when it's nothing really done to it, just a little bit of cleaning up, and then after a lot of scraping and removing all of the rust, and then painting, it ends up like that. And another thing that I've done, the horrible canopy is gone. Never a dull moment. The bits and pieces for wind farms are being loaded here as well. So let's put this up here. I don't know whether you can see me or not. So I'm just doing something to the aft hatch on the boat, and this will feature in another episode. But I'm just doing, this is just a little roundup of episode 12, so that I can finish it off and get it posted. Mainly things have been going quite well to plan. In the video, I think in episode 12 I have mentioned about doing the framing for the aft cabin, and also experimenting with the battens and the cladding that I was going to do internally. So they haven't quite gone to plan, and also the framing for the diesel tank, because I've had to change quite where I'm going to have the diesel tank. I've had to relocate that, and also I've had to concentrate on some other things unexpectedly, so that's caused a bit of a delay. But needless to say, episode 13, 14, 15 could well be just some short reviews on some things that I've bought recently, which I'm quite happy with. And then we'll get on to another episode and see, I think, quite a bit more progress on the boat. I'm quite pleased with how it's going, really. So don't forget, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, add some comments, let me know you're out there, let me know if I'm doing anything wrong, and see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you.